The Movie Bar Podcast.
Welcome to the Movie Bar Podcast. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Movie Bar Podcast. I'm John.
I'm Justin.
I'm Billy.
How you guys doing this week? Back to our original format.
So sad.
Original. Where's Kyle? I don't see Kyle.
He's too busy.
Okay, he's hustling. Leave him alone.
No, he's not. He hangs out with his friends. That's what he told my mother.
Oh, what?
I
He's
don't know.
allowed to have his own life.
Fuck him.
Yeah,
He
got
couldn't
it.
come and record with us one night so we could make fun of him. 1 hour. That's all I asked for him, and he was too busy. Anyways, happy belated Halloween, everybody. That was yesterday. You should have our last horror head-to-head Halloween 1978 versus Halloween 2007. You guys have a good Halloween?
Sure.
I guess.
Billy, how many
Oh,
candy bars did you eat?
None.
All of them.
All right, a little bit of housekeeping.
All right. Yeah, I went and saw Venom: The Last Dance. So instead of doing like the little short videos, I'll just do it here.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. It was a pretty good ending to the trilogy. I thought the interaction, the banter between Venom and Eddie Brock was entertaining, and I like the family that he meets on the way. They were an interesting bunch. I give it 3 stars. Solid. It leaves it open for a return, kind of, sort of. We'll see. We'll see where it goes from here. But I liked it. I was entertained.
Good.
I didn't
In
like
other
the
news,
first two.
Michael Cera, Amelia Jones joined Glenn Powell in Edgar Wright's The Running Man remake.
Interesting. Who is Michael Cera going to play? That's what I'd like to know. Is he gonna...
Probably be a Weasley tech guy. He'll be the one of the guys that helped Arnold escape there. He'll be the guy with the glasses there. Just a whole lot nerdier.
I don't think they have that in the original story.
No, I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, I guess we have to wait and see it and find out.
Hmm.
But now it is time for
Coming attractions.
First, on November 21st, we have Grafted, which is kind of a creepy little body horror craziness movie to it there. Lady taking faces off of people and shit.
Yeah, why not? I'll watch it. Sounds interesting.
looks like something that belongs on Tubi. So it is up your alley.
It is up my alley. All right. Next up, we have Hot Frosty, November 13th.
So
Now,
dumb.
John sent this one. I watched like 10 seconds of it. I was like, nope, shut it off.
Listen, we are all genres. We cover everything. If I
Yeah,
have to sit
well,
through
that's
trailers with
okay.
subtitles, we cover everything.
Good. Well, this one was hot crap.
Wait till it's our first from the stream, you dick.
Yeah, right. Go right ahead. I'll roast it for like the full hour. I'll have fun doing it too.
You gonna talk about it at all, or are you just gonna skip over it?
This ass.
Basically, Jennifer Love Hewitt falls in love
No.
with a guy that used to be a snowman. What?
Nope. Jennifer Love Hewitt has absolutely nothing to do with any of the movies you sent.
What's her name?
You're giving him shit. You didn't even fucking watch it.
Oh, I did watch it. Lacey Chabert.
Shepard.
Shut up.
That's why we don't give John the cast list.
I thought it was Jennifer Love Hewitt. My bad.
Nope, it's her little sister.
Those brunettes all look alike.
No, it's her little sister. They played sisters on that stupid goddamn TV show that Jennifer Love Hewitt came from and Lacey Chabert came from. Party of Five.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, they did a hell of a casting because they still look alike. On November 27th, we have Our Little Secret starring Lindsay Lohan. She must have a deal with Netflix.
I think so.
Yes. So does the other one.
They pay her in crack.
Because that's just oh.
This is something that would happen to me. If you watch the trailer, you know what I'm talking
No, it's going to be your own child. It's not going to be someone you used to go out with. My dad's name was John Pallas, and his first Christmas together will be memorable.
I'll watch. There'll be a movie about that in 3 weeks. But yeah, Our Little Secret. People that used to date end up at the same family Christmas party, Christmas vacation.
As siblings, others.
Yeah. Chaos ensues, I assure.
John looks forward to it with eager anticipation. On February 7th, we have Love Hurts with Short Round. Come back, gonna be a star.
I look forward to it. I like him.
It does. It looks funny. It looks
Yeah.
good.
I want to see him in a kind of like an action role. I think that would be hilarious. I think this is going to be hilarious.
It looks funny.
Especially after like the action scenes and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, I haven't
seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
what the hell's wrong with you?
If it won an Oscar for Best Picture, it's probably crap.
It's not. It was awesome. Okay, next up. Mickey 17, January 31st. Robert Pattinson plays this guy who gets cloned over and over again every time he dies so they can learn more about death. It looks funny. You see him get killed a lot. It's just, I want to say, it's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Like how he's out in space, the first scene, and you just see his hand go, whoop, done. God.
I'd commit a lot of crime.
Yeah,
Hey, give me the chair. I'll be back tomorrow, fuckers.
maybe they do that. Maybe they do that. See what happens when you electrocute.
Yeah. And then January 10th, we have Den of Thieves 2 Pantera. I don't think I've watched the first one. I know
Me
we talked
neither,
about this
but
earlier,
this one looks good. I want to see it, so I got to go find the first one and watch it.
I think 50 Cent was in the first one.
Was
But
he?
O'Shea Jackson and Gerard Butler. Interesting.
Wasn't O'Shea Jackson? Wasn't he the guy in Cocaine Bear? One of the
Yeah.
drug dealers. He was.
That's Ice Cube's kid.
Really?
Fucking Billy.
Fixed it.
All right. What did we watch this week, Billy?
What did I watch? Well, I watched The Mask. I watched Halloween 2007. I watched Halloween 1978. And I watched the double feature Last Drive-In, which was Satan's Little Helper, which was kind of dumb. It was yeah. And Late Night with the Devil. And then I watched, as I told you earlier, Venom 3. That was it.
All right, Justin.
Well, I watched The Mask. I watched Halloween, 1978 and 2007. Then I made the unfortunate mistake of watching Trap.
Did you rent it?
No, it's on HBO Max.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
It was okay.
No. Well, it was okay, but it wasn't like a great movie or any mind-blowing twist or anything. It was quite boring, actually.
But you
nepotism.
didn't find yourself sitting there trying to figure out what the twist was?
It was no twist.
What about the wicked end? The ending?
It's just tying into all his. It's not. It's just part of his greater goddamn universe with Glass and
Yeah.
the Unbreakable character and all that crap. He's just another character in that world. It wasn't all that great. Eventually, he's going to interact with James McAvoy and Samuel L. Jackson.
This is going to tie into that? Is that what they're
Of
saying?
course. That's just based on the movie itself. Because I believe that lady who's after him was from The Sixth Sense at the end or something like that. So I think it all ties in together. But I did not like it. I did not enjoy it. Found it kind of boring. Yeah. And there's so many plot holes around that goddamn concert. They reference it so many times. Like in one point, it's like, oh no, this entire concert was completely made up as a trap. And then at another time, it's like, oh, she's been waiting 6 months for this. And then another time, it's like, oh, I'm glad she added this extra concert, so we get to go. And it's just goddamn confusing the way they set it up in the beginning. He's not very good at setting a timeline. But anyway, I also watched Brothers.
I started
want to
it.
watch that.
Which
I want to see it.
was pretty goddamn funny.
Uh,
Brendan Fraser does great. Dinklage does great. Brolin does great. I thought that was.
Got that came out.
I'm about a quarter of the way through it, so.
Pretty funny.
I know what I'm watching this week.
Yeah, that'll be on Billy's list next week. Is that it, Justin?
Watch some Beetlejuice today.
Original or the?
Yeah.
I think the other ones hit any of the streamers. I was waiting for fucking Deadpool and Wolverine to hit Disney Plus, but it still hasn't hit it yet.
Yeah. Well,
So I went out and bought it. It's on the Voodoo.
I know. I saw it. I didn't watch it yet, but I saw it.
Yeah, it's on my goal this week. All right. So I watched Back to the Future. Doing a little research. We did a movie night last night. Me, Hunter, and my mother, we watched It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And then we watched Spirit Halloween, the movie. And then I watched Back to the Future Part 2.
I was in the theater the other week.
What?
Back to the Future Part 2.
Just Part 2 was?
Yeah, it was 35th anniversary.
Oh, yeah. And then I watched The Mask, Halloween 1978, Halloween 2007, and then I finished the day with Back to the Future Part 3. So I'll follow up more next week as to what I was researching. But
I already forgot what you mentioned you were researching about. So
He was learning how to make the flux capacitor.
building a time machine so I go back and kick both your asses.
you have to go to the future to when we're elderly.
The feature presentation.
This is the story of Stanley Ipkiss.
Stanley, you are the nicest guy. Really, you are.
His job is at the bank.
You're 40 minutes late. Now, that's the same as stealing.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dickey. It'll never happen again.
He loves his dog.
Come on, bro. Give him to me. Drop it.
He's polite to his landlord.
Ipkiss, do you have any idea what time it is?
You know, Mrs. Penman,
What? Nothing.
And the most exciting thing in his life are his pajamas. But now,
Hey, you! What are you doing down there? I'm just looking for my mask.
all that is about to change. because Stanley Ipkiss is not the man he used to be. Smokin'!
It's like it brings your innermost desires to life. You become some sort of love-crazy wild man.
I want him here tomorrow, alive.
Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Do ya? Punks?
Jim Carrey is
That's the guy. Hello.
The Mask.
Ooh, somebody stop me!
Well, now it's time.
Are we going to get a different celebrity impression every week? That was Clint Eastwood. Next week, it will be Christopher Walken. Your feature presentation.
Now, time for your feature presentation. We need more cowbell. This week, we are covering The Mask. When timid bank clerk Stanley Ipkiss discovers a magical mask containing the spirit of the Norse god Loki, his entire life changes. While wearing the mask, Ipkiss becomes a supernatural playboy, excluding charm and confidence, which allows him to catch the eye of a local nightclub singer, Tina Carlisle. Unfortunately, under the mask's influence, Ipkiss also robs a bank, which angers junior crime lord Darian Tyrell, whose goons get blamed for the heist.
All right, rating on this movie was PG-13, had a runtime of 1 hour and 41 minutes, directed by Chuck Russell, originally released July 29th, 1994. Movie had a budget of $18 million and it brought in a box office of $351.6 million. And this is currently streaming on my favorite streaming service, Tubi, and is for purchase on all streaming sites.
And our cast of characters, we've got the Jim Carrey as Stanley Ipkiss, Cameron Diaz as Tina Carlisle, Peter Green as Dorian Tyrell, Peter Riegert as Lieutenant Mitch Kellaway, Amy Asbeck as Peggy Brandt, Richard Jenny as Charlie Schumacher, Ben Stein as Dr. Newman, Jim Doohan as Detective Doyle, Nancy Fish as Mrs. Peenman, Reg E. Cathy as Freeze, Orestes Matasenia as Nico, and Dennis Forrest as Sweet Itty.
So, Billy, when are you going to reach out to Tubi and ask them for a sponsorship since you fucking plug their app every week?
They don't need me. Need my
Stay free.
Okay. So let's discuss the premise of this movie. This is originally based on a comic book, I believe.
Yeah, it was adapted.
Yeah. But you have mild-mannered, polite Stanley Ipkiss, who turns into this green-faced Lothario and mimics cartoon characters.
As well, Stanley loves cartoons. One thing
Yeah.
we learn about him.
Yeah. What's that? What does that mean? Can't make it sound like that and not fill us in.
Got an email.
Got an email.
Yeah, from work.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
oh, Justin's on call. Ah.
Okay, so based on the premise, Billy, was this a movie you were eager to go see when you seen?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, this is like height Jim Carrey. I mean, this is really
Well, when they filmed it, it was pre-height Jim Carrey.
yeah. Yeah,
Ace
no,
Ventura would come afterwards.
yeah. This came out like that summer where he did like everything. He had this, yeah, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura. I think all that same year. It was a crazy night, and he just blew up after that.
And he's such a remarkable actor that they saved so much money on the budget, because what they thought they would have to edit and like his facial movements and body movements,
He could do himself.
he could do.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any other movies around the time of release that compares to this movie?
Not really. In silliness, there would be Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this was still kind of pre like the superheroes. I mean, you still had like Blade, but that was more violent. That was a little later.
But this is a good summer blockbuster movie. Take the kids to go see.
Oh, it kind of came out right around the time like the Schumacher Batmans were out.
Yeah,
It's kind of had that kind of goofy feel to it. So, kind of campy. Wasn't taken very seriously,
yeah.
unlike comic book movies today.
Yeah. Those are big events now. Is everything good with work, Justin? You sticking around?
I don't know. I might get a phone call. I haven't
Uh-oh.
been called yet.
Well, if you get a call,
Looks-
mute your mic.
Good
Please.
news, everyone.
Oh, hold on.
What was that?
It's my cell phone.
Well, if you're going on the phone, mute your mic, please. What do you think the overall message of the movie is, Billy?
Be yourself.
Yeah, I guess that's
I mean, he's a nice guy and everything, and he tries to be something he's not. It all goes to shit. But he ends up getting the girl. So,
well, it doesn't really go to shit. It kind of like
very complicated. He ends up in jail. I consider that going to shit.
he was framed,
Not really. He robbed the bank.
and they threw him to the cops. That was
Yeah.
a dick move.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, he did technically do the crime.
Do you agree or disagree with the overall message?
I agree.
Yeah. Be yourself, folks. Don't pretend to be somebody else. It's going to get you in trouble.
That's right.
The location, was it a good setting for the story they are trying to tell? So we're in Edge City. It's not a real city.
No. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's obvious, fictional town.
Yeah.
Had that kind of like that 90s grungy look.
Yeah.
Almost Burton-esque with the buildings,
Very dark Edge City.
Yeah. Just the name, Edge City, makes it seem edgy.
Was the setting realistic or stylized?
Oh, it's definitely style.
So this kind of fell under the comedy action genre. Does it deliver?
Oh,
From
yeah,
the jump?
absolutely. Well, he pulls out the guns. And
I like when he's doing the balloon animals and
yeah, he makes
the guy
the
gets upset when it pops.
Tommy gun.
And my favorite, the Tommy gun.
Yeah.
Does the film have a traditional climax?
Well, yeah, you got your great third act where
Yeah, you got the damsel in
whole
distress.
fight, damsel in distress. He's on the ropes. Looks
Yep.
like he's gonna lose.
And he
Bad
doesn't
guy's
have his
got the mask.
Doesn't have the powers. So he's
Yeah.
got to figure it out on his own.
Thankfully, he's got his dog. Just a guy and his dog.
That's right. Those little dogs are the best.
If you guys were writing the screenplay for this movie, would you have changed the ending or left it as it is? I think
As
it
it
wrapped
is.
up the movie perfectly. There's nothing. He gets the girl. He saves the day. He doesn't get in trouble.
And he gets rid of the mask.
I'd have kept it. Hell yeah.
Too much trouble.
Auction that shit off.
What did you like best about the movie?
Jim Carrey's performance overall.
Yeah.
And
You know, a lot of that was improv. Like when him and the dog were fighting over the frisbee, and he picks up the frisbee and the dog. A lot of the interactions with the dog was improv.
Dogs kind of have to be.
Yeah.
And like the scene when he pulls out the used condom. Oh, sorry. Wrong pocket. What did you like least about the movie? Anything?
I don't know. I guess I didn't really like the background. You know, like the city as a whole. It just came off as too phony.
It was kind of the way it was back then. They were making a lot of movies like that. Like that's how Batman was.
Exactly. Kind of.
Just kind of
city that ends with the name City.
Yeah.
Well, not just that, just the way the buildings look. You know, you could tell it's like a set. It doesn't look like an actual city. Hard to suspend disbelief.
All right, Billy, what was your favorite scene?
I like it when the dog gets the mask. Takes the leak on the bad guy. Come on. That's the best.
Has Pee Wee done that to you, Billy? Is that why you like that?
No. Pee Wee would never do that.
All right, Justin, what was your favorite scene?
I don't know. I just kind of like the whole scene when he's in the hallway when he first becomes a mask. After having that whole goddamn conversation with the goddamn manager, and then he goes down there with the alarm clock bounces out of his pocket. Really set the tone. You know,
I like when
you felt the whole movie just like boom, instantly changes right then. You know, so
I like when they're searching him and he's got all this shit in his pockets, the fucking grenade launcher.
I got a permit for that.
Just his little smart ass comments too.
I got a picture of your wife.
What was your least favorite scene?
I guess when the reporter sold him out, and
yeah, it's fairly unnecessary, but you know how it goes.
He could have been the love interest, or the one that he could have ended up with.
Betrothed to Robin of Locksley.
Yes.
She may take no other.
The one with the English accent.
Without a wedding ring.
All right, let's talk casting. Obviously, Jim Carrey was born for this role.
Yep.
Cameron Diaz's first movie, she was spotted coming out of a modeling agency.
Oh, yep.
And then even Dorian, like, he just looks like a fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think the casting was really well done here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Jenny as the best friend there, kind of Stanley trying to help him out.
Sleazy.
Yeah.
John style friend there.
What the fuck do you mean by that? Sleazy. Not sleazy.
Creepy.
Yeah, there you go. John's more on the creepy side.
This is why the girls don't call back, because they listen to this podcast. You guys just fucking.
Why are you telling them to listen?
With the exception of the character, the mask, who's your favorite character in the movie?
The dog.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Do you think that was the same dog that played Wishbone?
No.
It was around that time.
Maybe at some point.
When the first four died.
Oh.
Least favorite character?
The reporter.
Yeah, he was a bitch.
Yeah, I kind of see that. It's either that or Dr. Newman. Einstein.
But it's metaphorical masks.
Yeah. He just plays the same thing, everything.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point. He's got a very dry delivery.
So, in the history of the genre of comedy action, how does the director handle the tropes and devices that are the constructs of this genre?
I think he plays them up really well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just basically a live action cartoon. The entire movie.
And how are the conventions broken? Benny?
Yeah.
Really?
No, you don't think any of them are broken? No.
Fairly standard movie. Fairly standard recycled premise, just much better executed.
How do you think this film fits into the history of film?
I think
Well, it takes its place because it's one of Jim Carrey's trifecta that year.
Yep.
I mean, nobody else has really ever come out that hot that fast.
Yeah, 3 movies in 1 year that all like hit number one.
Absolutely crushed. I mean,
Yeah,
how
from
much
somebody
they-
that was a nobody beforehand. He was a stand-up comedian.
Well, you can't really say he was nobody.
well,
because
he was
not in
big on In
Living
Living
Color.
Color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
In Living
big and
Color, he was
famous.
huge.
And he was very big on the late show circuit too. He did a lot of those Letterman, Carson stuff, and he was popular on those.
And he had a couple movies before too.
Did he?
Deadpool.
Yeah, Vampire. What was it? Vampire Kiss.
Once Bitten.
Once Bitten. That's it.
Once Bitten. He was in was it the Deadpool?
Yes.
Yes, he was in Deadpool. Yeah.
Yeah,
he
but
was
he wasn't the main star of Deadpool.
No, but he
Yeah,
was in
but
it, and he
still.
was still. You could see that kind of like that physical humor in that role because he was doing like the music video and
Yeah.
it's all crazy.
All right, wrapping up. How does the film end? Is everything resolved? If
We
not,
covered
when?
that, and yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
he
was all
swallows the
resolved.
bomb.
And Dorian goes to jail for all his crimes.
Yeah. Did you learn anything from this movie?
Jim Carrey's fucking hilarious,
Yes.
Yes.
but we already knew that.
Yes. Why would somebody want to watch this film?
Because it's a great movie. It's funny.
Funny. It's got actions, explosions.
Mm-hmm.
Comedic timing was on point.
It
The
is
dog-
a live action cartoon.
Yeah. Has this movie aged well? Would it get made today? I think if it was made today, it'd be a lot more special effects.
Yeah, a lot more CGI.
Yeah. Probably
Like when
would
they
go a
did the
little bit
scene where they're
farther,
pulling
too.
stuff out of the pockets,
Mm-hmm.
there was literally a prop guy, pants were cut at the knee, and he was just feeding the shit up. Imagine
Mhm.
trying to feed up a fucking bazooka.
Yeah.
If anything, what kept you invested in the movie?
I mean, the story kept you going.
Yeah, and just
You know,
Jim's
and you
Jim's
wanted to see
performance.
what he did next.
Exactly.
You know, what memorable line will he shoot out next? You know, you get smoking.
Do you find yourself repeating any of the lines from this movie?
As kids, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
This is how kids spoke for like 3 years after this movie came out. You know?
Between that and Ace Ventura and
Mm-hmm.
Dumb and Dumber. I like it a lot. All right, how about the length? An hour and 41 minutes.
Great.
It flew by.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Too busy laughing.
Yeah. Does this movie have reboot potential?
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think they'd fuck it up.
Probably. Like they did with the sequel.
Yeah, the sequel, by not putting in Jim Carrey and having...
He didn't
By
want to
not
do it.
having
Jimmy Kennedy.
someone who could even come close to Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that would be the Son of Mass, which came out in...
Oh, got it.
2005. Wow.
Oh,
It starred Jamie Kennedy. Ben Stein is back. Alan Cumming, Mary Moser, Bob Hoskins. There was somebody else that was a big name that I read when I looked this up. Cal Penn. And there was also a cartoon.
yes, I remember the Mask cartoon.
I don't remember it too much. Not like I remember Ghostbusters.
Yeah, he had the yellow zoot suit.
The what?
The
Yeah.
zoot suit.
Mm-hmm.
The yellow suit.
I remember watching it.
Ran from 1995 to 1997.
Mm-hmm. That's many years for most cartoons.
Apparently, there was an Ace Ventura.
Yeah, there was an Ace Ventura cartoon. Yeah.
I remember that too. And there was some stupid, terrible movie with a kid.
Rob Paulson played Stanley Ipkiss in the cartoon. Tim Curry was in it as Pretorius. Yeah. Anything to make a buck.
Absolutely.
All right, boys. Would you recommend The Mask?
1010%.
Yes. Definitely worth a watch. All right, Justin, give us some ratings.
IMDb gives it a 6.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 80%. Letterboxd 3.4. What say Billy?
I give it a 4.
John?
4.5.
I was going to say 4.5. So screw you. I say 4.5. You can't have 4.5. Next week, we'll be covering the 30th anniversary of Junior. Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito with Emma Thompson.
What came first, Junior or Twins?
Twins. I never saw Junior. I'll have to watch.
What?
My first time watching.
This is where Arnold gives birth.
Yeah, I know.
Pushes it out.
It just didn't
How have you
interest
never
me.
seen fucking Junior?
Never seen Junior. Yeah.
That's on you, Justin.
That's not on
I
me.
take the
Not
blame
on
for
him.
Kyle. You take the blame for Billy.
He's older than me.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just it did not.
That shows I improved on his on what he.
No, your parents
set as the
improved.
standard. Yeah, that's why they had me.
All right, that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for
I'd
joining
say
us
something
today.
right now, Justin, but I won't.
Oh, no, please do. Please do. Hold on.
Nope. Nope. I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
Let's go.
Nope.
Get it on.
Get the closing, John.
And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining us today.
Before we go, find us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, and most places you listen to podcasts.
And don't forget to follow us on social media to stay updated on future episodes and join the conversation. You can find us on X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at movie_bar_pod and at the Movie Bar Podcast on Facebook.
Until next time, keep the popcorn popping and the reels rolling, and we will catch you next time on the Movie Bar Podcast.
Did you have a mini stroke there, John, for a second?
I yawned.
Get to the delivery room. I'm having a baby.